Welcome to this house in beautiful Park City where contemporary meets modern. We are here with Joe Davis today. And Joe, tell us a little bit about this house.
Well, this is one of my favorite homes in Deer Valley. It's arguably one of the coolest properties that I've seen just because of the design of it. It's a 2-lot design, so this is one of the rare opportunities in Park City to actually have something where it's not just a single, very narrow building, where we can have something a little bit wider, bigger stance.
Yeah.
And that's what lets us have this amazing elevator behind us. And it's really just a kind of a centerpiece to the house.
So this is an elevator that goes from the bottom floor all the way to the top floor.
Yeah,
wow.
And with a wraparound staircase all the way up.
Wow. I'm excited to see it. Let's go check it out. All right, so here we are in the kitchen great room area. And Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
Well, yeah, a wonderful space. Most of the home was done by Osmond Design. So there's a lot of elements in here that has her touch to it, which is really great. She's an amazing designer. But what I really love is this is a real chef's kitchen, especially that island. It is an enormous island. You can sit 8 people around it. So you can have a really nice gathering here, but you've also got a big table for Thanksgiving.
Is there a story that goes along with these elk antlers?
I'd love to tell you there is. And in Utah, and especially up here in the mountains, the animal life is pretty prolific, if you will. So you're going to see an awful lot of elk. You're going to see an awful lot of deer. It's not unusual, really, even here in the main part of Park City, to see animals walking around. I mean, we kind of do really interface with them here.
You've been around since this was being built.
Yeah, I was here pretty much daily from about halfway point to the completion. That's when my buyer and I found it. The builder, who is Aaron Bailey, Bailey Construction, he's really an amazing builder. This is a guy who designed and built not only this home, but also worked on several others, including Post Malone's house. So if you want a guy who everybody wants,
he's the guy.
He's the guy,
and
this is one of his builds. So pretty amazing home.
So one of the coolest things that I just saw,
this is big for you,
that I have in my house is what we have. We have kind of this back sink area, but we have an instant hot water. So if you are making tea or whatever in the morning, you have that. I know when my kids were little, making bottles, right? You would hurry and throw some hot water and then some cold water and make it lukewarm. Yeah. This is a cool area. Aside from where the main sink area is.
If somebody's over here preparing a side dish or something, it does give you a little bit of separation, so somebody else can do some work too. Yeah. Kind of a mini butler's pantry, if you will, and this is really where all of your stuff is going to be. Yeah, there's plenty of storage here, and that makes it really convenient. So, if you're just making toast and, your tea, this is pretty ideal, right? Yeah. Because you don't have to dirty your whole kitchen over.
One thing I love about custom homes is panel-ready appliances.
Right. It's nice to hide a big, ugly refrigerator. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, big metal, chunk of metal. You don't get that with these.
Yeah. And, again, a lot of storage space, which is terrific. I mean, this is a nice Thermador refrigerator. It's got your temperature gauge right on it, so you know that your stuff's going to stay good because you know the temperatures are the correct.
And you don't see these a ton. A panel-ready pull-out freezer.
Right. Normally, you're used to probably a couple of doors and maybe even a separate.
Yeah, maybe like a side. Yeah. That's really cool.
I will tell you. I mean, the truth in Park City is that an awful lot of people don't make meals. Let's just be honest. I mean, there's 2 things that are going to happen. You're either going to a restaurant or you're bringing in a chef. That's pretty normally how people treat Park City, especially when they're vacationing here. And so this house does meet that requirement pretty well too, because again, if you've got somebody catering, they could bring all the stuff right here, serve it over here. And if you do want to cook, you still have the space to do it, and you've got plenty of room to put the groceries and what have you. So it works, I think, for really the typical Park City family, or for the people that are vacationing here. Yeah. Lastly, kind of my favorite thing, about the island is, let's just say that you have the whole family, gathered here on a daily basis, right? This is where they're eating breakfast, where they're having dinner, and I do want to get out of here, right? We want to get on the mountain. So I can rinse some dishes, throw them right in the dishwasher. I'm just going to grab them, put them away, and it's done.
Right here
it's
on
right
the
where it's
island.
convenient.
You don't have to.
The garbage is right here. So again, it's really a convenient space. Sometimes that's forgotten in these islands where you're like grabbing dishes, dumping them on the floor as you're trying to get them to the sink and all that. It's all right in one space. So
I love
makes things
that.
nice.
Let's head over to the great room over here. I love the texture on the wall. It just brings out just some elegance to the room, gives the eye something else to look at.
Yeah, there's some definite focal points here, which are really great. I mean, everything from this tile to the tile that's above the bar.
Yeah.
There's just a little, there's a little touch of elegance in everything in the home. The fireplace is gas, but is really colorful. You can actually change the colors, so that's kind of fun, right? But just gives something to give some warmth to the home.
Yeah.
Of course, like every home in Park City, it's wired for sound in every room. Everything's connected in some way.
Everything,
right.
All the bells and whistles.
Yeah, exactly. All the shades are automatic. Everything is really meant to be easy for the owner to enjoy without having to do much. I mean, you can pretty much operate everything from your couch.
And this particular space, this house is used as a vacation rental, right?
It is. So right now the home is listed with Inspirato. They're pretty much only high-end homes, also very high-end clients that rent with them and do these short-term leases and what have you. This particular home, it's been a real challenge as an agent because I bet in the time that I've had this home, I've shown it 5, maybe 6 times, and all of those were in the middle of a back-to-back rental.
Yeah.
It's, they just checked out, it's getting cleaned, I'm sorry it might be dirty when we're looking at it, but it's renting out tonight. So this is your one chance to see it. And so that's been, for me as an agent, as you know, if you can't show a house, it's hard to sell a house.
Yeah.
So it's been a little bit of a challenge from that perspective, but it does mean that it's doing really well. And as a matter of fact, the numbers that we've seen from them match up really nicely with the numbers that we've had on Prospectus, which are off the charts.
Really?
So it really does have it's a great revenue stream.
So it does really well. Being here in the heart of Park City, I mean, I would assume that it would do really well.
You really hit the kind of the high point here because we're literally at the bus stop to both ski resorts. So we're walking distance to Main Street in Park City. Plus, as I say, if you walk outside with your skis and your boots, they're going to pick you up in the front yard to go to Deer Valley. Go across the street and they'll pick you up to take you to Park City Mountain. Either of those 2 resorts is only 2 minutes away. So that's pretty ideal, right?
Yeah.
And then you're, as I said, walking distance to Park City, Maine, which has great shopping and amazing food. And that means that, and this is really the big thing about being in the heart of Park City, especially is if you're looking at something as an investment property, is that you want the biggest pool of renters that you could possibly get.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this really works for, because if you're if you're not a skier and you're not a biker, or you're not, into the other things that we are into here in Park City, well, you're probably a shopper, you're probably a foodie, or you've got some of the reason to be here, which brings more people to it. That's why it's never available.
Well, let's look at more of the house over here. We have a wet bar.
Not only do we have this wet bar, but we have another one upstairs.
Okay.
So there's a couple of places to gather and, and pour yourself a glass of wine or, make a nice cocktail.
Yeah.
And this definitely fits. Cool. You've got an ice maker, you've got your fridge, you really have all the accoutrement that you need, and some under-counter lighting too. So just
that's amazing.
Got all the bells and whistles.
All the bells and whistles. In here we kind of have some flex space.
For the original owner of the home, it was just their littlest one wanted to be kind of part of the action. They didn't want to be sent all the way downstairs to bed at night. He wanted to be where his parents are. So it made sense to make this, also a sleep space. So we have a Murphy bed in here. We have a closet. We have got window access. So it acts as the 5th bedroom, but it's also a flex space. So gaming is what is kind of the order of the day usually in here.
Okay.
And that works really great too. Because I always think about the homes that I'm looking at or selling in the way that I would operate them in a holiday, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas almost always being the ones you think of, and especially as we're coming into that season. And so how does it work when you're at Thanksgiving? The kids come in here, the parents are out here, everybody's together, but they get to do their own thing and they're still, accessible. I like that. That's really a fun part of it. And for this home especially, right out this doorway is this, is your hot tub and the outdoor space.
Yeah.
Plus one on the other side. So
you have everything just right here, close. Everyone can be together.
Yeah.
But you can also be separate if you need to.
I think that's really kind of the hallmark of Park City in general, is that one of the things that I think most of these resort homes do is bring families together and give them some time together. And that it's great to live that way.
Yeah.
But it's also great if you don't get to live that way in your normal day-to-day, to come to a place like this where you not only have a place to gather, but you also have places to separate a little bit too.
So Joe, this is our big hangout patio.
Yeah, it's your
back
backyard
here.
space, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, it has everything you need, which the hot tub is probably prime, right, for that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's so secluded right here, right?
Yeah. I mean, you pop open the hot tub, snow lightly falling on you, kind of.
There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, it's really nice. And then you're right next to the shower, too. So you can come in, go right in, get warm if you need to, or cold
and right
if
next
you
to
need
the kitchen.
Yeah.
You can hot tub, and you can grill.
Right.
You can hang out a little bit right here.
Everything's
and you can
here.
kind of be included with everything.
Yeah, and one of the things that was thought about was that you don't necessarily want to take your trash through the home. On this patio, there's actually a walkway all the way around the house to the front, with stairs down to the entrance of the home, so you can take your trash out that way. Or if you're going to bring the dogs in and out from a walk, same thing, right? So you can either, if it's like a really snowy day and you want to bring them in down below where you can give them a little bath before you bring them in, that's great too. But if not, maybe you want to just come this direction, right? Leave the dogs back here. So everything was thought of. You've got your fire pit and really all the things you need. It's gas.
Great hangout place.
Yeah, gas connection to your grill. So yeah,
cool. It's not every day that you get an elevator in your house.
No, it's not.
But it's not every day that if you have an elevator in your house that you have a glass shaft.
A lot of homes in Park City have stairs. There's almost no way around it. You come home with a bunch of groceries and you're like, okay, I got to carry them up the stairs again.
Well, this is amazing. I love this. Maybe let's go upstairs and we can see all the
let's take a look.
Upstairs. Is that okay?
So I really love this landing here because, it's again kind of this. We're coming to that statement piece, but you've got you've got a nice place to put a few, accoutrement of your adventures in Park City, if you will. Yeah. The skis, what have you.
And you have like 180-degree views.
Yeah.
Which is
a little bit of mountains, some cute little homes on the side of the hill. It's kind of ideal.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So this is the first of the 2 guest suites. This one is kind of my favorite because the shower is enormous inside here. But
big bedroom, big
open.
Shower.
Yeah.
This is huge.
I mean,
Tall
nice big ceilings. Yeah, that's really a favorite part. And then, of course, you've got a nice sized closet. So, it's kind of just, again, idyllic. I mean, it's got it all. It's a double sink on a guest suite. How often do you see that? You remember I told you there were plenty of places to party? You know how it is. Sometimes you don't necessarily want to go right to bed.
Yeah.
Right? You're tired, but you're not ready for bed yet. But your wife or your spouse or whoever, they're done. They're gonna wrap it up for the night. So they can go inside the bedroom right there, and you can hang out right here, not bother them, still watch a little bit of Jimmy Kimmel, and then go to bed. But it's ideal. I mean, you've got your bar. You can have some folks up here if you want, so you can entertain here too. Wow. But it just it's like a secondary gathering place, and like I said, if you have both things in this home, right? Places to come together, places to separate. And we've got another bathroom that serves this area too. So again, you don't have to bother anybody in a bedroom. If you need to use the bath, you've got it. And then of course, you've got a nice laundry.
Tell me about all the decks.
There's a lot of decks.
This is amazing, especially if you're going to be in a mountain community.
Yeah.
You want to have a lot of indoor-outdoor opportunities, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like this house has a lot of different decks to get out, and they're pretty secluded as well.
For people who don't know about Park City, the kind of either one of two things: the temperatures in the winter, and also the fact that we're not like muggy hot in the summer means that we don't have bugs, and we love outdoor space.
Yes.
Right? It is a big deal for us here. So another little deck here, but you've got the big one downstairs for dining. You have the back patio with the hot tub, and another place with a little fire pit. So places, again, to gather outside now.
Yes.
That's pretty ideal. And, you've got different elements of that, right? If you want to really be away from everybody, go out back. That's quiet. Yeah. If you want want to be with everybody, go up front where you're right by the kitchen and the dining room. And that's that space. If you want sort of just a minute with a book and some tea that you could make right there, you step right out here and you have that in the morning.
That's kind of like in the morning time exactly is where I would be.
Yeah, it's just the right size for it. You get outside, you can hear the birds chirping, you can see the mountainside, you can check your snow conditions before you go skiing.
Yes.
Kind of got it all.
Everything.
Yep.
And again, we have another wet bar.
Another fridge so you can keep some, mixers and some wines if you need to keep them chilled.
And a sink.
Yeah, and so keeps it clean, keeps it easy, right? You're not having to haul stuff downstairs. So keep some, keep a few pieces of glassware up here, and you've got a place to get it all clean and
I love that.
Go on with your day.
Let's go into the primary suite.
One of the things I really love about the suite here, you've got another fireplace, which again,
is a game changer and just elevates the experience while you're here.
Well, I mean, it's the mountains. It just kind of goes hand in hand, right? It just seems. But what I have to say, because I think she's really cool, the lady of the house who currently owns it was the one who designed the accent wall.
Wow.
And she just did a terrific job. I mean, it's just beautiful.
And the ceilings are huge right here.
Yeah.
We're 14-foot ceilings.
Yeah.
Right?
Feels like a big
amazing.
room. And it is. And maybe my favorite part, can I show you this part? It's just me, but I really, when I get up in the middle of the night or when I get up in the morning, one, I don't want a lot of lighting on. And so this has the automatic foot lighting that comes on when you walk in, just huge. But it also has the heated floor. And I don't like to get woken up with the cold floor underneath my feet, right?
Do we need to test out this heated floor?
Yeah, we might need to, Supplemental heat is so nice because, I mean, most of these homes are insulated so well, you're barely running forced air in the first place. And, I like to just have the natural heat that comes from something like this, especially in my living spaces that I'm spending the most time in. And we spend more time asleep in these homes than we probably do anything else. This is a steam shower. So you always know when you've got steam, if it's got that little, place to vent that out.
So one thing that I love is this freestanding tub.
Yeah, big tub.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's nice. You've got a couple of windows that really are for you to look out and really almost impossible to
just
look
brings in some natural light.
So you don't need to worry about your privacy. You definitely have that here because we're up above everybody here.
Right.
But if you really wanted more, or if you get too much sun coming in, put down the motorized shades. But yeah, what a nice place to relax. I mean, this has sort of a spa feel to it.
Yeah,
right.
It definitely does. The backlit mirrors, everything. Then we have a huge closet.
Yep.
Huge
big water closet.
Bathroom.
You got some additional storage back there as well. If you are a person that's doing this as a rental, that can be a lockout. That's
have
important.
a whole nother room behind that part of the shower.
Yeah, and lockouts are really important part of rental properties. People forget about that, right?
Yes.
Because when you want to be here, you probably want to have your photos out
stuff,
for your personal things, the things you're going to use in the shower, your toothpaste, right?
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Maybe your favorite blanket that you keep here, whatever.
The pictures of the kids, all of that. So there's several lockouts in the home. That's one of them. But it gives you some places to put your own things.
I love that. I think that's so cool. So that's the upstairs.
Yep.
Let's go to the very downstairs, bottom level, to the bunkhouse.
Yeah, this is where you're going to find your kids. This is where they'll be.
Wow, this staircase is amazing. Like
it's highly engineered.
all the steel in this house, I think that's where your contemporary comes from, right?
Yeah. I mean, just think about it. Everything is custom. I mean, you had to have the railing, as you said, more steel, customized to fit this. I mean, there's a lot of work involved.
All the steel beams like we saw outside.
Yep. If you will, like the ski mudroom.
Just drop
everything right
get
here.
Upstairs.
Yeah, it's kind of ideal. So again, the way I sort of envision when I'm talking about my next owner of a home is how will you use it, right? How is it going to flow for you as a family? So I think about what it feels like at 4 o'clock. You've had the kids on the mountain all day long.
All day. They're freezing
You've
cold.
been the Sherpa carrying their gear or them, right?
Yes.
Now you get home. What do you want to do? You want to throw the wet clothes in the laundry so you can, take
we have right here.
Yeah, you take it off the kids, throw it in the laundry, send them to the showers. Hit the showers, guys, right?
Yes.
And then, you know, you put away the skis. We've got ski lockers outside. We've got ski boot places inside.
Wow.
And now you can go upstairs, take a little break before you have to make dinner, right?
And you can even just take the elevator up. You don't even have to walk up the stairs if your legs are cramping from the day, you know, from skiing.
If you've had that big day.
Hop right in the elevator, head up to the second floor.
Well, it's all about tracking your up and down on the mountain, right?
That's right.
No reason to do it at home.
Yes, no reason to do it. So in here, this is our bunk room.
Yeah,
right
this is my favorite. And it kind of has that Western kind of feel of a bunkhouse with that
cool.
fluffy cow right there.
Yes.
Yeah. The kids love this. And the reason they love it is because we thought about, like, how do kids use a room, right?
Yes.
So there's a light so they can read, or there's a plug for their iPhone, their iPad, right? We give the kids the electronics. You got to have a place for them to charge them. And it's on all of the beds have that. So they've got their own individual way of using the room, including the TVs, right? They can actually both be watching different
TVs.
Shows. Yeah, it actually has a plug-in for your headphones right here.
Oh, really?
So you can.
Oh, that's really
This kid can be listening to something while these kids are doing something else.
For people in this, I mean, this could sleep a full family too.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if you
Mom and
realistically,
dad right here.
you can put, you got place for mom and dad and a couple of kids. And this house has had 3 families in it before.
Yeah.
So why not?
And you have your own big bathroom right here as well.
Yep.
Storage closet. You have everything right here that you would need.
Yeah, I mean, keep it easy and simple. Keep their stuff with them, if you will.
I love it.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, the laundry. If you don't know which one's the washer and dryer, it's printed right on it. And you got a sink as well. So if you need to scrub out a stain, you got a place to do that too, and more storage, which is ideal. Yeah. And it's, again, right off the bedroom. So
this is ideal.
Yeah. Here we are at another guest suite, and you know, this one is obviously really nice for your, for a lower level room. Yeah. It's tremendous.
Yeah. This whole house has en-suites on literally every bedroom.
Yeah. Every bedroom is en suite.
How cool is that?
Yeah. It makes it really convenient, again, because you don't have to clean up after everybody. Yeah. Let them clean up after themselves. That's your bathroom. Yeah. Take care of it.
And everyone can shower at the same time, get ready to go up on the mountain at the same time.
Yep.
Do whatever.
It makes it so convenient to get out of the house and not be late to things. Yeah. Because somebody had to wait for someone to get out of a bathroom, right? So, yeah, it's pretty, again, we say the word a lot, but it is ideal.
I love that. Why don't you show me all the storage that we have here? So I'm envisioning myself, I come through the door, I have all my ski stuff.
Well, and you're probably actually going to come in through the garage, which is where we'll put our skis. So we've got a big, huge set of ski lockers outside.
We'll see
this is kind of envisioned as like your place to put your helmet, your place to put some gloves. You can put, the heaters in these if you'd like, so that you can put your boot heater in it if you wanted. You've got some room down here to keep your shoes that you're going to put on afterwards. So, think Mr. Rogers, right? I'm going to come in, sit down, take off my ski boots. I'm going to grab my shoes out, put them on, and then, put them on the house shoes on, if you will. Yep. Your slippers, whatever works best for you.
All right, so let's go out into the garage.
Yeah, let's take a look. So, as mentioned, you've got, again, some more storage for shoes and things like that you might take off. So you could do it right here, right? Yeah. But ski lockers.
Oh, these are cool.
You've got, in this case, you've got all the things to go to yoga class, right?
Okay. Which is also important.
That's an important element of Park City. If you don't have that, you're probably
But you can just open these up, throw your stuff in it, probably hang up maybe a coat or a jacket or something.
Exactly. One of my favorite things about this is that this is heated. Right?
In here is heated.
I mean, you've got a nice heater, gas heater in here, keeps it plenty warm. So my favorite is to not have to scrape windows, not worry about when I pull out that it's going to immediately fog up on me either. Yes. Right? Either of those are bad. So having that is a tremendous thing.
I love that.
The other thing that we deal with a lot in Park City is your garage doesn't have any snow in it, but you're going to have, a foot or two in the driveway.
In the driveway. Right? Which is never fun.
No, and I don't want to shovel, do you?
No.
Yeah, I want to be on the mountain. So heated driveway is kind of the answer to this. So the boiler for that's right here, and it's not just the driveway. Actually, this little extra pad that was put in here, the brick, is also heated. Wow. So you can park a lot of cars right here and never have to worry about snow.
Wow.
It's really cool.
And we get lots of snow here.
This is
snow central.
it really is.
If you're wanting snow.
Why you're here, probably, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in the summertime, I mean, obviously this place is, you know, an amazing place for mountain biking, but I think most people in Park City will tell you that the reason they're here, or the reason that people are visiting, is they want to get on the mountain. They want to get out and ski.
Yeah. So tell me, let's talk a little bit about location.
Yeah.
Of why this place is just amazing. What brings people from all over the world to literally this square mile of
I mean, you and I are both from Utah, so it's a little different for us. You know, it took us a minute to realize how lucky we are to have what we have, right? Kind of grow up with it. It's almost like it's not a thing. But for people who aren't from here, and I remind kids about this all the time, you're in a place that other people travel from all over the planet to be, right? It is one of the most convenient places that you can find in the mountains in all of the Mountain West, right? I mean, there's lots of places that people talk about going and skiing, and you know, I honestly think that once you've gone to all of those, Colorado and Steamboat and any of them, you're going to find out you're going to do a lot of driving. We are 30 minutes from an international airport with, I think, beyond, I think they're now in the tens, like 20, 30 of international flights. So you've got plenty of options from anywhere on the planet that you can go nonstop to or from to get here. And you're, I think we have 2 traffic lights, maybe 3, between this house and the airport.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You can be there in 35 minutes on a regular day. And I mean, worst case scenario, a little bit of traffic or some snow, it might take you an hour. But considering what it's like in most of these other cities where you're going to be 2 hours plus, but 30 minutes sure feels good.
We're on the other side of the mountain of the airport. So we're secluded, but we're still close to the airport. We're literally 10 steps away from a bus stop. So you're 10 steps away from the slopes, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. So for a lot of people, ski in, ski out means different things, right? And one of the things that I hate about what also goes for ski in, ski out is long hallways of a big hotel where you're trudging down it in your ski boots. Yeah, maybe your gear's downstairs. You've got to go to a locker to get it. Now you go outside, you're finally on the mountain. Think about the convenience of being here. Yeah. You put on your ski boots right here, 10 steps away from a bus. Yes. Jump on the bus, get dropped off 10 steps from the ski lift. That, to me, is ski in, ski out. And it's really what serves most people is ski in, ski out. Especially because we're not just tied to one resort because we're on that mountain either. You're sitting right here where there is a bus stop to both mountains. So right across the street, you're going to Park City Mountain. On this side of the street, stand in the driveway, you're going to Deer Valley, and you're there in two minutes.
That's amazing. You don't even have to go through snow because you have a heated driveway.
Right. You're not going to step on snow until you're doing it with your skis. That's pretty cool.
Remind me what you're selling this house for.
So this home is for sale right now for $5,650,000, which is actually one of the lowest price per square foot in Park City right now, especially with this proximity to the ski slopes. Yeah. So it's a really good price, I feel, and I think you're getting a lot of value here. You know, we've talked about the rental values. They're tremendous. You have to do that research independently. Yes. You know, you and I as agents can't tell you about the investment part of it. But suffice it to say, I don't think you're going to be unhappy.
Yes, right? Brings in an amazing rental income.
It really does.
If you're looking to rent it out, it could be an amazing second home as well.
Yeah,
if you're not renting.
Or a hybrid, right? And a lot of people do that. They put themselves in the lockouts, which we talked about. There's several of them in this home. They use them when they're here. They put their own linens out. You know, you can find some amazing companies like Inspirato or like Park City Vacation Rentals or like L'Esprit that will take care of everything and then switch it out for you, put up your pictures. They take a photo of where everything's supposed to go and put it back. That's kind of cool because you feel like you're finally back at your home if you're doing it that way. So having grown up here in Park City, I've seen a lot of good restaurants pop up, especially over the last few years. The food just keeps getting better and better and better, right? Yes. I told you my favorites, you know, Park City Desserts is one of them, Hugo Coffee is another. I love going to these places. But, you know, dinner time, I think about how often I've thought about, hey, do I want to have that extra glass of wine? And that is something that you should really consider, right? You don't want to be unsafe. we're like walking distance, like a 3-minute walk
Yeah.
from almost all of Main Street. So if you decide you want to have an extra glass of wine, you can walk home to this
Yeah.
property. That is pretty important, I think. And it's,
Yeah.
it's a nice feature of being in the heart of Park City, which you really are.
And I think the one word that could sum up all of this is ideal, right?
I've used it a few times.
This is an ideal place.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you're interested in looking at this house, you can contact Joe Davis. He is the agent that has listed this house with Berkshire Hathaway, or you can contact me or click the link down in this video.